Hi Cancer, welcome back to my channel Tarot Z. I'm Z and I'm going to be doing your tarot reading, finding out what are the messages or the cards that come out in today's reading for you. Thank you so much for joining and for being here for the reading. So let's begin. Let's find out what cards come out and what messages come through with the cards that do come out. So the first card we have is the Ace of Wands. We've got some fire sign energy with this. You could be dealing with a Sagittarius, Leo, or Aries. And we have the Four of Swords. It's in the reverse. And we have the Hermit in the reverse. So we also have some Virgo energy. Could also be dealing with a Virgo. But at the bottom of the deck, we have the Page of Wands. So the Page of Wands show up here at the bottom of the deck. This does feel like a very exciting start to a connection with somebody. I do feel like this person also being in a space where they are all in, and I do feel like they feel this connection quite deeply. They feel it on a very deep level where it's actually making them feel quite giddy. They are feeling all of the emotions that do feel like it is something that's kind of carrying them in this feeling of excitement for the future. And I do feel like with the Page of Wands showing up over here, this does also feel like an energy of this connection being one that is, I do feel like there's a lot of good news to do with this connection and hearing from somebody who's kind of bringing to you this good news. I do feel like with the Ace of Wands, this feels like a strong start where there's a strong recognizable spark between yourself and this person. I do feel like this person recognizing this spark with you and their feelings towards you also being that of what feels like this connection with you having the potential to be something really great. They want to create something with you and create something meaningful with you. I do feel like they're very motivated. With the Ace of Wands showing up over here, this does feel like an energy of having a lot of attraction. But also when it comes to this person's feelings, I feel like it's very genuine as far as them being in a space where there's a lot of excitement and even a lot of desire that they feel about you. With the Four of Swords showing up in the reverse, this feels like an energy of being able to have this sense of a renewed energy in this connection. I do feel like you're showing up as your best self. I do feel like especially when it comes to being in a space where you have taken time out to be able to really kind of be able to take time out for yourself. This card showing up in the reverse feels like an energy of being able to be in a space where it's like you are in a good space to be able to give to this connection. Especially with it, it's not something that's depleting you. I do feel like there's a sense of being in a very good optimal state when it comes to this connection. So I do feel like it's happening at the right time. But with the Hermit card showing up in the reverse, this does feel like an energy of also wanting to be able to have a connection. I feel like because you may be dealing with a person who's in a space where they have had their experience of a lot of loneliness. I do feel like they're in a space where this does feel like a sense of kind of getting out of a space of feeling alone, feeling lonely, and being in a space where they are desiring a connection. They are after that, so they're seeking that. They know what they want. I do feel like this is something that they are serious about wanting. So I'm going to clarify that. We have the Four of Pentacles. It is in the reverse. We have the Strength card. And we do have some Leo energy with the Strength card. Could be dealing with a Leo. And we have the Queen of Pentacles. And at the bottom of the deck, we've got the Eight of Wands. So the Eight of Wands, this does feel like an exciting energy as far as this connection and how it is taking off. I do feel like there's a sense of having a very strong start and a very motivated start when it comes to being able to move things forward in this connection. With this Eight of Wands, this does also feel like an energy of having quick communication, and I feel that there's a lot of communication happening all at once. I do feel like that is because of the excitement surrounding this connection. I do feel like you're hearing from somebody. I do also feel like this connection also feeling like one that does feel like there's a lot of excitement around it. Can even feel like what is a whirlwind kind of romance when it comes to the experience of it. With this Eight of Wands, this does feel like a energy of opportunity as well when it comes to this connection. So I do feel like also having opportunity to be able to connect deeply, be able to even have deep conversation. I also feel like being able to have exciting moments in this connection, whether it's trips, being able to enjoy in each other's companies through really meaningful and exciting dates, and being able to have memories that are created through this connection that make it what feels like an unforgettable experience. I do feel like with this Four of Pentacles showing up in the reverse, this feels like a very open energy. I do feel like this person being very open in this connection with you. I do feel like there's a sense of this person also being very open in ways that make this connection easier. And I do feel like also this person being very generous with their time, with their efforts, and even when it comes to being able to build this connection with you and being there for you and their presence. I do feel like with this Four of Pentacles, this does feel like an energy of a giver. I do feel like this person is very giving. And with the Strength card showing up over here, this does feel like an energy of having a connection that has an impact on you on an emotional level, which is evoking a lot of care. And I do feel like there's a very caring energy surrounding this connection when it comes to the way it's making you feel. I do feel like with the Strength card showing up over here, this feels like a very strong connection when it comes to the connection that you have. I do feel like there's a lot of care for this person and even a lot of care about what happens in this connection. And I do feel like with the Strength card showing up over here, this does feel like a very resilient energy. I do feel like being able to have a connection that is strong through thick and thin times and experiences that you go through in this connection. I do feel like there's a sense of being able to have that resilience energy as far as bouncing back from even any kind of adversities or challenges that come up in this connection. I do feel like that makes your connection stronger. But with the Queen of Pentacles showing up over here, this feels like a nurturing energy. I do feel like when it comes to the person you're dealing with, this person is in a space where they are actually taking your connection very seriously. I do feel like they also are placing a lot of importance on it and being able to show up for it. And I do feel like with the Queen of Pentacles, this feels like an energy of wanting to be able to nurture it in a way that allows for being able to sustain this connection, having a long-lasting, strong foundation in this connection. I do feel like with this Queen of Pentacles, this feels like an energy of being aware, being considerate, even of things that could be like a threat to the connection. This does feel like an energy of going out of one's way to be able to ensure that it's an easier connection to be able to build and grow. And I do feel like with this Queen of Pentacles, this also feels like a caring energy as far as also wanting to be able to ensure that there's a sense of consideration along the way of building the connection. I do feel like with this Eight of Wands, this does feel like a pretty quick to start kind of energy. But with this Queen of Pentacles, this also feels like an energy of being able to kind of sustain that energy and even that connection that you feel with this person. And do you feel like with this Queen of Pentacles, this feels like an energy of ensuring that there is all of the necessary components for a strong connection. And even when it comes to being able to be considerate of another person's feelings in a way that allows for this connection to grow in a way that is comfortable. So I'm going to clarify these cards. We have keep an open mind. And we have this could be the one. And stay optimistic about your love life. So the keep an open mind card showing up over here. I do feel like you are dealing with a person who's coming into this connection with a very open mind. I do also feel like there is a sense of this connection being one that is different to your usual type or even your expectations when it comes to the start of it. I do feel like there's something different. There's something that sets this connection apart. And I do feel like with this keep an open mind card showing up over here, this feels like it is this connection being one that sets apart from all of your usual connections or even your usual type, but in a good way, in a positive way. I do feel like with this could be the one. This does feel like an energy of being able to have a connection where there's a strong recognition of somebody, especially when it comes to the connection that you have. With the strength card showing up over here, it feels like a very strong connection that is, I do feel like it does feel like there's a lot of this strong feeling for this person, but I also feel like that feeling is reciprocated from this person. It feels like an energy of being able to connect on a very empathetic level as well when it comes to feeling for this person, being able to want to be a reliable person for this person, wanting to mitigate any kind of anxiety, and also wanting to ensure that this connection is one that is going to be one that lasts, and lasts in a good way, in a strong way. I do feel like with this could be the one. This does feel like an energy of also being able to view this person in a way that does make them stand out. So I do feel like seeing them as the one, being able to see them as different from others and seeing why they differ from others in a way that actually sets them apart. And I do feel like with this could be the one. This does feel like an energy of being in a space where there is a lot of thought about being able to kind of solidify this connection in a way that feels more exclusive. I do feel like with the stay optimistic about your love life card showing up over here, this does feel like an energy of being able to have a connection that does feel quite positive. And I do feel like with this Eight of Wands, this feels like an energy of experiencing things happening very quickly, or even experiencing things as happening quickly, even if they are not happening too quickly. I do feel like there's a sense of kind of being able to experience a connection that feels like it's kind of sweeping off your feet to some extent. But I do feel like that is intentional, because I do feel like with this Queen of Pentacles, this person is doing something. I do feel like something as far as them putting in the work or even putting in the effort that's making this connection feel very comfortable to be able to build with them. So those are the messages I'm getting with these cards for you, Cancer, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye, Cancer.